to Dicebreaker. Tell us if you can't hear us very well. Also, the mic is not pointing very well. That's right. I've just realised that. Where's the...
It's going to be quite a quick fix.
Never mind. That mic was literally not pointed towards us. But yeah, let us know if you can hear us. We are a little bit behind schedule because we were playing Stalingrad. Undaunted Stalingrad, which is very cool.
Stalingrad, which was very fun. I mean, a great time. It was one of those things where we're like, we're so close to the end, and we kept thinking we're so close to the end, and then we just held on for like 2 more rounds than we probably wanted to.
And then luckily, Wheels graciously won, which, you know, very nice of me. But, yeah.
I can't even be mad at you for winning because you're the good side. Well, the less bad side, I guess.
Oh, we're kind of like, in the grand scheme of things, both villains.
Yes.
in this specific scenario, definitely the better one. Yeah. But yeah, Germany versus Russia. World War II Germany.
It was
versus
close.
Russia. Yeah.
It was close. We were both looking good, but I just wasn't looking quite as good.
No, well, I think you were literally like. It was all down to a card draw. Yeah, it was literally a card draw at the end.
One away from winning, whoever drew the card. But it's very fun.
It is very fun.
Would recommend. I'd
so
never
yeah,
before.
Would recommend Undaunted Stalingrad. However, that's not what we're doing today.
No.
Today we are painting.
Back in the Bob Ross studio. I'm feeling great.
Can everyone just let me know if you're like getting odd stuff on your end, because like I've got a big yellow warning from YouTube. I can't find anything on our end which would suggest that we're not.
No,
absolutely
I know
fine.
what it is. I've never seen that before. I know what we're doing wrong.
So
I'm being cyberbullied by YouTube. I don't know.
Let us know if it's looking weird. All good here, says Alex Simpkin. Okay, cool. And let me know if the audio is very quiet and echoey, because we might be on the wrong mic. Because there's a couple of things that are being odd. But the goal of today's stream is for us to paint as much of our half-painted terrain as we can.
So many things.
I literally, me and Maddie were playing a miniatures game on Monday. I sent a photo to my friend. Yeah. And he was like,
you were like, oh, the map looks
great. Paint your terrain, mate. I was like, all right, I will. Fine. So here we go.
Then we'll dedicate our entire Thursday to it.
I'm not petty.
If you're watching, we're doing it right now.
The terrain has been primed this week, Alex Simpkins.
Yes.
It hasn't been primed this week, but it has been primed.
Long time ago.
Yeah. We've also got some stuff that we did like some generic sort of contrast paint washes.
Yeah.
We can go over that as well if we want, because they're a bit.
That's more detail. Do some dry brushing.
Exactly.
We're still using our lovely fancy pans.
So yeah, we've got
fancy
pants.
Our brushes.
Oh, fancy pants. Oh, I heard fancy pants.
Our fancy pans. Yeah, fancy pants brushes.
So here we go. We've got loads of terrain, loads of bits of wall.
Beautiful terrain. Ooh.
This is all the stuff that we use for like Frostgrave and things like that. So you can see us rummaging through, trying to find some bits. Loads of bits, but they're all essentially from the same set.
And they all need painting.
So it means that me and Maddie can kind of like collab on a colour scheme. Yeah. And then everything will look cohesive, which is good.
You can share.
So look, so much, so many walls, so many walls.
We've got a whole city here.
Yeah. So,
a whole city. That's
hence the thumbnail.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, we can paint a whole city. I want a whole map by the time we're done.
So, this is going to be pure nonsense chat in this one.
Yeah.
Because we basically only got like very simple colour schemes. So if you like watching painting streams where we completely lose our minds by the end,
welcome.
You're in the right place. So I think let's both grab a small one.
Okay.
That's small for you.
Okay, that's all right.
And we'll put those inside. We'll agree on a colour scheme.
Okay.
And then someone said it's pretty quiet on my end. I'm just going to check the mic.
Okay.
Just
I'm going to start picking some colours.
Yes.
How you do that? All right.
But it's stone, right?
It's
stone.
You know. So
we've got a general vibe.
We're looking at a grey.
Yeah.
I don't think I can go too badly wrong with this. Crusader. No, dark stone. That's a great option. I think I'm feeling good about dark stone. Uniform grey. That's like a lighter colour we've got here. Just start showing you my options. Uniform grey.
Chat, just quick question for you. Hold on, first of all, let me make the mic better because it's behind all our paint.
Yes, that would help. Ooh.
Okay. Chat, let me know which one of these you prefer. Maddie, when I hold up, I'm going to hold up fingers so you can say option 1 and option 2.
Okay.
Okay?
Right, let's do this.
Because I can't tell which one's which at the moment.
This is a fun psychological experiment.
Right, so.
This is option 1. If you like the sound of this, please let us know. We would love to hear it. Thank you. And this is option 2. Hello. This is also a different option that you can hear us through. Let us know if you prefer this. So take your pick. It's up to you guys. You can have option 1 or this, option 2. Now I'll do some interval music.
There we go. A lot of option 2 is coming in. I think we were on the wrong mic. So the problem is, right, folks, for a little bit of oh, actually, before I jump in, 1 sec, I've got
Not ready yet. Not ready yet. Ooh, okay, I'm still looking. Necromancer cloak. That's very cool, but the thing is, I'm just looking at a lot of different greys, and I think how creative with your grey choices can you get? I don't know. Not
right.
very. Oh, here we go.
I've got the pieces that we did last week.
They look so good.
Sorry, the week before last.
The last painting stream.
Oh, so this is what we did last time. This was our
Joint venture.
what was the name of the
Oh.
guy? Had such a funny name.
Oh.
not intentionally, but it was so absurdly fantasy.
Wellspring or something.
The
like.
Wellspring.
There's something Wellspring.
Oh god, that's so annoying.
Someone go look at the stream and tell us.
Tell us. It was like an Azerite
yes.
liquidator or some crap.
Yeah.
It is Age of Sigmar terrain, Haley Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so this is the colour scheme that we picked last time. So we've got like a sort of warm
Lovely.
grey, like kind of browny grey,
That was Darkstone.
which looks pretty good.
So that's an option.
I like this. You know, this looks nice, and it's nice and sort of, it's a neutral colour.
Yeah.
Which means it could be frosty.
Yes.
It could be earthy. It
Yeah.
could be deserty. You know, it doesn't matter what you put it on. It's gonna look like it fits. You know.
Do anything. All right, let's do with Darkstone again then. Let's pop all these bits that I've got out and back.
Okay, so this is our goal. I'm gonna put this
Ooh.
here. All right.
That makes me happy.
This is what we're trying
That's what I'm
to
gonna get.
accomplish.
As I did before.
Maddie's fantastic previous
Yay!
work. And then this also looks pretty, so I'll just shove it
I
somewhere.
think we used Darkstone. I think we used Skeleton Bone.
We had Darkstone because it was like a nice browny colour, and then
Skeleton Bone.
I think I used used the grey for the like rocks rather than the like actual kind of terrain building.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Darkstone and Skeleton Grey, and then I think we just use white for the little end of dry brushing stuff.
Okay, cool. So this is our colour palette.
Look at it.
Look at that. 3 colours.
Not the most exciting.
Good to go.
But it does look great.
Yeah, so we're going to be starting off nice and dark with our dark stone, and then blending up as we go. For anyone who missed the last stream, we are using, we do have some actual brushes. We've got...
So do my base colour.
Yeah, these guys, which I just bought. I use these all the time. If you're looking for cheap miniatures brushes, I think these were like £6 or something on Amazon.
Yeah, I bought 3 sets and it was like, I feel like less than a
They're stupidly cheap, and they're like, you know, if you're like just starting out, or you know, if you're just looking for something that you don't have to feel worried about, you know, when you get like a super fancy brush and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna ruin
I
this
never
thing.
use it.
You just want something that you don't feel like you have to, you know, like break the bank on or anything like that.
Yeah.
These guys are really good. They're just called Umbral Coloro, and they genuinely, like, I've painted so many of my minis with these things. So you know,
great.
if you like the look of anything I've made and thinking, oh, he must be using sable-haired $100 brush to wear. I'm not. I'm just using these like cheap as hell things, so you can too. You know. Oh my God, Maddie! It's called a cleansing aqualith.
Cleansing aqualith.
What a name! What a name!
Like we
Thank
both
you, Haley
had
Anderson.
keywords that were around that, but just none of the ones that were actually in it.
They magically
Bless
generate
you.
endless water.
Oh,
Which
yes.
is useful because that was in the realm of beasts in like the sort of desert plain, which is what we were doing.
Beasts.
So we've
I
got
knew
that
that.
just to do like our generic colours, obviously the biggest one because we're just going to be slapping it all over the place. Then we have our magical dry brushes.
Ooh,
Now,
this is so good.
think about what I just said and completely ignore that. These are
Yeah.
really expensive, but I think these
If
are
you
like
want-
50 quid a set or something like
Yeah.
that. Which, to be fair, like for the actual quality of the brushes is really
Oh,
nice.
they're lovely.
Yeah.
Like even if I didn't use them, I'm like, these are just nice.
Yeah, and they're a
Just
nice
a-
little artifact, you know.
Yeah.
But these are like specifically made for miniature painting. They are like dry brushes. They were very kindly sent to us by Artis Opus. We didn't buy these, so big thank you for them sending out as a gift. But these are a like set of
purpose-built dry brushing things that are made for like blending. So you can kind of do like airbrushing techniques without an airbrush, which is kind of cool. So that is how we painted these bits of terrain before. So
I don't think I've ever painted anything that looks that good.
Yeah.
And it's just so...
I will say I did add some paint.
Wow.
After the fact. I
see.
I don't want you to be like, wow,
Exposed.
that's exactly how it would come out if I do the exact same thing, you know? I added another wash of like skeleton bone.
Oh yeah,
that's just some more highlights. Because when you bring it out into the natural light of day, rather than under the studio lights, it looks completely different, which is very weird. So yeah, I've just wow, betrayals as Alex Simpkins. Simkin, sorry. So that is what we're going to be using today. Those are the brushes we're after.
Phasing for me today.
Yeah. Just a lot of, you know.
I make one typo. Wheels rinses me all morning for it. That's a wrap.
I love the critically acclaimed RPG actual play, Dicebreakers. It's my favourite show.
You know what? I just typed it quickly. I didn't even correct it. I don't care. I'm not going back to fix that. It was just in a Slack message.
Yeah. It was funny. It was a funny thing that happened.
It was funny.
Helian says, I think higher price brushes are marginally better, but when you're getting started, just get cheap ones because they're not that much worse and you'll probably ruin them anyway at the beginning.
100%.
Exactly. Right, actually, I'll put this on the wet palette because we're going to... We've also got...
That's a lovely colour.
We've got all sorts of gear now.
We've got so much going on. I love
this is an Artist Opus like texture palette, which means that it's literally, if you hear my fingers go over it, it's got like little divots and stuff so you can see how it's going to come off the brush when you're dry brushing.
Which is very helpful because my biggest issue was that I kept being like, I've got too much paint.
And then Red Gross Games. Red Gross Games? Red Grass. Well, I was like, wait, I don't remember it being called that. Red Grass Games. This A looks like an O. Also sent us this massive white palette, which is very nice of them.
Just so good. Share it. It goes in between us and we can both get all of the room.
I will also say, because we're not sponsored by Artist Opus, you know, if you're looking for a cheaper alternative to this, Army Painter, who make our paints, again, not sponsored, they have a cheaper set, which is like, you know, very, very similar brushes. So if you want that shape and that technique, you can get them for a lot cheaper from Army Painter. So that's something that you can look into.
There's degrees.
Hey, hot girls don't gatekeep. That's
true.
what we say here on Dicebreaker. So I'm going to grab our first brush. We're going to wet it up. You can tell you what. You can hold that because I've got a lot of stuff over here.
Yeah, you got a lot going on. You got the camera. You got everything. Ooh. Is that like a? Ooh. Yeah.
It's like soap or something.
Slimy.
That's not the actual water, is it? No, that's just water. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think the brushes are like...
There's some goop on the brushes, that's fine.
Clean your brushes.
Clean your brushes. Might be like an oil or something that they use to keep them straight in the back.
Nice point.
Alright, okay.
Let's
Scarlet
get
Arrow
into
Gaming
it.
says, hey y'all, sorry I'm late. I thought I was going to leave the house for once. I thought wrong. Hey, we can't blame.
Yeah.
Alright. And let's start basing. So, we've got our dark stone. That's our initial colour that we're using today. Dark stone is our base. That is the darkest colour that we're going to be using.
It's dark, and it looks like stone.
Well, have I got the model for you, dark stone?
You've got a whole box of models just made for dark stone.
Okay, so these have been based in white. I think it was a case of like that's what we had when we did it. So
could have been for a Frostgrave or frosty moment.
I think it was basically like it was either that or they're like a coloured plastic, which kind of looks a bit weird and glossy. So
yes.
we basically were just like, screw it, let's base them with what we've got, which was white at the time, and that's where we're at.
Oh, they look good.
It's been quite thin for you.
Yeah, it is.
That's fine.
It's like a very light colour, but that's okay.
Again, it might be that weird stuff that was on it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Just sort of mixing into the paint a bit, but that's fine. We've got a wet brush.
Yeah. Just
thin coats
we'll get into it. Yeah.
are better than thick coats.
This is true. I'd rather have not enough paint on and add to it.
Yeah.
If I got too much paint, things are going wrong.
It's very true. It's very true.
That's so true, bestie.
Chat, what have you been up to this week? Let us know what you've been up to since we last streamed. Nice to see you all, of course.
Yeah.
Alex Simpkins says, clean your brushes and drink your paint water.
You know it.
Dicebreaker merch available now. That's definitely an original phrase that we made up.
Yeah. I'd never heard it until I got my own mug that said it.
And that is all the evidence you need, folks. Maddie's heard of everything, so...
Yeah. That is something...
I reckon we could take
a
that
lot.
to court, and they'd be like, yeah, fair. I get that. I understand now.
I have always wanted to be a surprise witness for somebody. So this could be my chance.
You want someone to go, when you turn up.
And then I get to, like, walk down the courtroom floor, like, my little, like, shoes, like, clipping down, like, the wooden floors, and everyone's like... And I get to take the stand and be like, it's me.
It's Brittany,
I bet you thought the sword laughed at me.
You imagine you did that in front of everyone?
And then I cry, and then I run out of the courtroom. That's honestly exactly how it would go.
Oh,
Anytime
genuinely.
I try to be cool.
Whenever I try and do one big one-liner, I always mess up the words.
It's just not meant for me.
I can't spoil what it is because, by the way, gang, Storybreaker's coming back tomorrow. Storybreakers is back tomorrow.
Red alert!
Red alert. If
Some
you have not
really
set
fun
your
things
reminders,
If
Get
you
on it.
love random lore that we make up on the spot to add to our fun fantasy world, boy, are you gonna have a great time.
especially if you like commercial merchandise.
Oh, we have designed something that was a passing joke that is my favourite thing to ever exist, and I don't know how I will live without actually owning this.
Honestly, yeah. After seeing it, they're not actually going to be in tomorrow's episode. I think they're in the episode after.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be tomorrow's episode, but it's actually the episode after. But if you see the thing that Maddie is referring to and you want to make us a pair, you go ahead because Maddie will cry.
Please. It's everything I care about. Yeah, so have fun. Look out for that. No, it's some really good episodes. Just
wild episodes.
Non-stop drama.
So much happens in the
excitement.
next 3 and a bit hours
I
of
could
Storybreakers.
not believe it.
It will blow your mind.
I left
Revelation after
emotionally
revelation.
shattered.
Genuinely.
I don't know what to do with myself afterwards.
Yeah, it was a whole
Stuff
thing.
that's happening to my character, stuff that's just happening to other people's characters.
Wild.
I can deal with it. I can deal with it.
Wild. Haley Anderson says... hold on, no, wait. Oh my god, we've got so much to speak.
Ooh.
What's everyone up to? Okay,
What's it
Xenogirl
now?
180 says, got a new puppy named Magnum.
What
Now,
kind of dog?
Are they named after the chocolate ice cream? Are they named after the gun? Let us know. The
PI?
condom size? Oops, I dropped my monster condom for my Magnum dong. Hermit Prime says I had a driving test and failed a driving test. Yep, same, bro.
That's so fine.
Took me so many attempts. Don't you worry about that. I was absolutely awful at the test. Great at driving, terrible at tests.
Yes.
That's just me, bro.
I don't have any friends that have passed first time, I don't think.
No, and disappointed
Which
that you
is...
did. We've also got Alex Simkin who says I've been painting some Daleks as I printed a custom time controller Dalek miniature. Nice.
That's cool.
We've got a 3D printer in the office that we are trying to fix because for a video.
Yes.
But I'm so not the guy, to be doing that stuff.
Yeah, I too had a 3D printer that is now just sat in storage after I moved to Brighton. So I was like, I just didn't get it working,
Yeah.
and I just haven't looked at it since.
I'm just not mechanically minded enough.
No.
It just terrifies me, the things that I need to do to repair it.
Yeah.
And like the person emailing, because it was sent out by a company as a review product, and I was like, I don't know how to do this. And they keep emailing being like, hey, is everything going well with the printer? And I'm just like,
No.
I don't know what I'm doing, I'm sorry.
It's like, it would be great to sit on a video call, but the thing with the 3D printers is, it takes like hours to test and like check and redo things, so it's like, they would have like, be sat on a call for you for days.
Also, I think they're from China, so I don't know if they'd have like an English-speaking person who could help me out.
That's very fair.
But yeah, there you go. Let's see. Haley Anderson says, Kirby Rawson says, I tried to learn the rules for Horus Heresy. It did not go well. Warhammer is like needlessly complicated as it is. Horus Heresy, I think, is even worse, as far as I've heard. Haley Anderson says, I've been painting some bunny people from Epic Miniature. And I painted my D&D character Josie, who is a warlock of an animal spirit known as the Great Mouse, and I finished some MDF terrain from. Hot dog.
That sounds incredible.
Finished some MDF terrain from TT Combat, and I built a little boulder. What a productive...
What a time.
Productive week you've had, Hayley.
Yeah.
Angel Beat says, feeling better than last week, and now I'm close to finishing another Demon's Souls run, lol. managed to platinum Bloodborne. Oh my god.
Oh wow. Okay.
Bloodborne is like, I haven't played Dark Souls 2. But Bloodborne's the one that I think I've struggled the most with out of all the Soulsborns. I just can't get my head around
good,
it. You know?
but I haven't tried it.
Yeah, I think people love like
Glutton for
Cthulhu stuff
pain.
as well. You know, like it's the
I
vibe
see.
that everyone
Okay.
finds immaculate.
Look cool.
Dark Souls 3 is like my favorite one that I've played. Well, maybe Elden Ring now actually. Elden Ring is sick.
I do still need to play Elden Ring.
It's because like I play Dark Souls 3 was the furthest I ever got in a Soulsborne game.
Nice.
And I didn't realise at the time how close I was to the finish. I've told this story a few times.
Yeah.
I didn't realise how close I was to the finish when I quit playing. And recently I replayed it on my Steam Deck and finished it, and I was like, oh, I was like 2 bosses away maybe.
No.
I could have just get through.
Could have just done that one, yeah.
But yeah, Elden Ring, like, just something about the openness of the design, like, really got me over the hump with, like, Souls games. Like, it really helped me figure them out in my brain, you know, and, like, get used to them. Which means that now I'm, like pretty okay at them, you know? Like, I can do all right in them. So the next step is Dark Souls 2, because I have never played Dark Souls 2.
This is your chance.
Yeah, this is my chance.
I can't remember which Dark Souls I've played. I can tell you what the first level is over and over again.
Oh, yeah? I might be able to help with that then, if you've played it.
Just going through, like, I mean, I feel like this isn't going to be helpful because it's going to be any of them. You're going through a castle.
Basically, it's medieval, there's big
There's
castle.
loads of skeletons. It's the one where you have, like, the big Minotaur-y, like, thing on the bridge. That's, like, the first main
Dark Souls
boss.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Souls 1.
Alright, that I've played. That's it. And I haven't got very far.
There you go. Yeah, Dark Souls 3 was, like, the most kind of, like, the one that I managed to get through the easiest, I think.
Yeah.
It felt the most kind of, outside of Elden Ring, which has now got loads of stuff where you can just be like, you know, go away and do something else and come back. But Dark Souls 3 felt the most, like, beginner friendly, you know.
That's good. That's good to know.
That might be one to give a
maybe
go.
I'll go into that.
Or Elden Ring.
Yeah, I would probably go. I don't remember what I was gonna.
And you can be a magical girl, so.
Which I do love.
So there you
Big
go.
fan.
Moving on. Let's see what else has been up to. David Gillen says, I haven't been in a DB stream for ages. Hope you're all well. Thank you, David. Callum Drummond says, the only surprise witness in fiction I can recall is Shay from Tyrion's trial in Game of Thrones. And I don't think you want to be anything like her.
No. I'm more thinking like a fraud case or something.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I
like,
don't want people getting hurt.
I know where the jewels are, you know?
Yeah, I
that
don't
vibe.
like-
She's wearing a big fascinator.
Yeah.
Pearls.
I know where the jewels are, see? You think you can hide it from me, but I'm looking through the window late at night and I saw a few things. Like that kind of vibe for me.
The defence would just like to ask the witness to please stop putting on an accent. oh, God, sorry.
Oh, yes.
So yeah,
yes,
I
no, I
know
did see them
where
at
the
three.
jewels
That's exactly how it would go. Can I?
Have you done Jury before? I've done Jury.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's slow, I'll tell you that.
Yes, I can imagine. Why did I think about studying law? Could still do it. Could still get my master's, do my conversion year.
Could. I mean, prefer you didn't, personally, but, you know.
Probably not going to do that right now. Don't you worry.
It's not really up to me, but, you know, if I had an opinion.
Yeah, it's not on my cards for right now. But
No.
I do think law is very interesting.
Well, what we'll do is we'll play Lawyer Up, the card game, and then
Perfect!
That'll
give me
scratch that
everything
itch,
I
you know.
need. Yeah.
We've also got Zena Gill says Magnum PI. Don't know what the context. Oh wait, that's
yeah,
what the dog is named
that was
after.
my first suggestion was
Very
Magnum
cute.
PI.
Alex Simpkins says, out of curiosity, which printer do you have? It's an Elegoo one, I think. No, Crealey. It's a Crealey 3 something or other. I'm sorry, I'm not the guy to ask. EA says, hello everyone, hope you're all well. Hello EA122.
Hello.
And then David Gillen says, stop playing Elden Ring after needing to be in the hospital for a couple of weeks last year.
Oh.
Really want to get back into it, only up to Radahn. That's a flipping hard one, is what I was about to say. And Scarlet Arrow Gaming says, everyone I know is playing Elden Ring or Ragnarok currently, and I'm over here replaying Octopath Traveler for the 100th time to prepare for the sequel.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah, Ender 3, that sounds right, Haley Anderson. That sounds like a word that it was on the box, you know?
I feel like I have an end or something. I feel like they're like a classic like.
Yeah, Corelli's like the like sort of step-in brand,
Yeah.
you know, where it's like, oh, you know,
But
first time.
But still not stepping enough, right?
Yeah, like in context, you know.
Yeah.
In the way that Elden Ring is the easiest Dark Souls, like, you know, but still is flipping hard.
It's still a struggle. It's just a lovely colour. I'm very much enjoying
It's
this.
a nice brown.
It is.
It's kind of leathery.
Yeah.
It's good.
Nice weathered stone.
It's drying a bit streaky for me, I'll be honest. I don't know if it's just because
Yeah, very
very
much
thin.
for me as well. But we can go over it.
Yeah.
Just add some texture, you know.
I need to get my tank brush out, really.
A tank brush.
You know that big fat one that I gave you in the last stream?
Yeah. I
Get
want
that.
that one out.
Yeah, I think this paint's just quite thin.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna speed up. Speed up. Speed up. Got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, if we're like, oh, we're gonna paint an entire city in 2 hours, and then we're like halfway through basing one wall at the end.
Oh, yeah, as I put in the description, will we do it? Will we have like a couple of bits of stone to show for it? We'll find out.
Oh well, okay.
So
as long as you've been prepared for
I
it.
set the reality of
Yeah.
what might happen.
I'm glad that you foresaw how it was really gonna go.
I'm so slow at painting, so I wanted to
New
prepare
nickname for
people.
Maddie, the Oracle.
The Oracle.
All right. Let's see what else we've got.
I am Batgirl. It's the alternative version.
Twincast is Creality, not Creality. My bad. There we go. IO Netrunner,
yeah.
have you guys considered putting out the Storybreakers episodes as podcasts as well? Would love to re-listen on my walks. We are planning to, yes.
Consider such a
The company as a whole has been like transitioning to a new podcast platform thing. So we've been looking at that.
It's now getting set up. So
Yeah, we're also talking about the Dicebreaker podcast. I don't know if you missed that. We're
Yeah.
talking about like a new life for that. And with that discussion will be, hey, Storybreakers, you know?
Storybreakers 2.
It might be a case of like, oh, let's finish the first sort of like season, you know, before we put it out as an
Yeah.
audio drama. I don't know. We need to chat it over,
See what it
but
looks like.
it is in the works, Netrunner.
Yeah.
It's in the works.
Don't you worry. Storybreakers will be coming.
Exactly.
Audio
the main
places
thing.
near you.
The main thing is that it's coming
It's
back tomorrow.
back.
Let's see. Callum Drummond says, how do you two of you like Sekiro Shadows Die Twice? Have you played Sekiro?
I haven't.
Sekiro
Sekiro
is
looks great.
absolutely nails.
But yeah.
It is, like, you can't hide in Sekiro, you know? Like, it will out you. Like, you know how in Dark Souls
Yeah.
games you can kind of hide behind a shield and sort of, like, whittle your way
Uh-huh.
through and just hope for the best? Sekiro is like, no. There's one way of playing, and if you don't know how to do that, then you're dead.
R.I.P.
Soz, bro.
Yeah,
And it's like, okay.
I used to work in video games, and we had like a big library of game capture that people have got. And one of the ones was Sekiro, and I put it in various lists and stuff. So when I'd be going through the footage, I'd be like, that looks bad. That looks bad. And there
Ooh,
was
that
like
looks
just
hard.
one like death that was so funny that I would just use in every single video. That was always good.
Meanwhile, the person who played it is like,
No, don't show that bit
Stop
again.
putting it on the internet, please.
Olivia Kennedy says, Maddie, this is late, but I too considered studying law. I blame a lot of that aspiration on Legally Blonde.
Yeah, I think that's where my vibes of Laura also come
That
from.
shocks me. I can't believe that.
I was to say my mum studied law, so I have two sides of it, but it's all ladies in law
Oh.
doing good stuff.
And Liv says, hi chat, and everyone says, hi Liv. Then Herbert Prime says, Betteridge's law of headlines. Which, yeah, that's very true. You know the Betteridge's law of headlines?
No.
If the headline is a question, then the answer is always no.
Ah.
Can we paint an
Yeah.
entire city worth of frame? No.
There
Agent
we
Beat
go.
loves Sekiro. Kirby Rawstorn says, I bounced off Sekiro so hard, can't parry for tough. Yeah, no, same. I
Parrying
can't
is
parry in
annoying.
any Souls game, you know, let alone the game in which you are physically forced to. But they've got like this whole system in Sekiro where like there's like I think like 3 different or 4 different ways in which you can deal with an attack.
Okay.
So some of them you'll need to dodge, some of them you'll need to like jump over, some of them you need to block, and some of them you need to parry or whatever. And like they use like this symbol above the head to be like, oh, one of those attacks is coming.
Oh,
But, like, it's
not
always
that
the same
fast.
symbol. So you just have to be like, I guess he's swinging down, so I have to jump. Like my brain just cannot do it.
Look.
I'm just not made for
video
that
games
stuff.
are a chance for me to fantasize about being good at fighting. don't actually test me, you know?
I don't want to have to go to a dojo to play.
Yeah, exactly.
On a Sunday morning.
Just let me wail and smash some buttons and feel good about myself.
So yeah, Sekiro is sick as hell, but I'm awful at it.
Yeah, vibes,
Absolutely
great.
terrible.
Gameplay, not for me.
This is why, like, when people are like, "Oh, I've finished Dark Souls," it's like, "Okay, cool, good for you." You know, that's a difficult video game. When people are like, "I finished Sekiro," I'm like, "Oh, you're good at video games." You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
You can actually do this
who
stuff.
you are.
But there you
That's not me.
go. Alex Simpkins says, whenever Dicebreaker mentions Storybreakers, I miss hear it as Story Makers, like the old CBeebies show. Storybreakers. EA122 says, how much paint water has been consumed? None so far.
Right now, none.
Maddie, feel free to have a little drink. Callum Drummond says, I finished Sekiro more times than I can count, but there wasn't a single fight I didn't have to look up a walkthrough for. One demon I never actually fought, I just baited him off into falling off a cliff.
Oh,
have you played Cuphead? Says BMD Nerd. I have played Cuphead. Cuphead is also very difficult.
No, I still haven't played Cuphead.
Although I got like a fair way through it with a partner, and like co-op is so much harder in Cuphead.
Really?
Yeah, because there's so much going on the screen already. So when you add like even though you're a different color to the other player, you just get confused between them so often.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my god, I don't know where I am. I don't know what's going on.
It all blends into each other because it's like an
literally.
animation rather than like different bits.
So it's like, yeah, it's genuinely easier in single player. And I remember playing it as like a lunchtime game when I was like at the office after that. And I was like, oh, I'll try it single player. And I was like, oh my god, this is so easy.
This is how it's meant to feel. I see.
So maybe that was like a boot camp for me. It was like, oh yes, oh Cuphead, yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, what else? Yeah, co-op is so hard. And obviously it balances it out a little bit because you can like revive each other and stuff. But god, it is just pure visual noise.
Yeah, I get very overwhelmed if too much is going on.
Yeah.
So, not for me.
Remember that candy boss being a pain in the ass?
Ooh.
Where it's like the Candy Kingdom woman.
Oh, I think
I've
I've trawled through a lot of game capture in my time.
Yeah, she sends out little candy soldiers and stuff, biscuit men and whatever, and they each have a different attack pattern. BMD Nerd says Dicebreaker eats paint. That's kind of on brand, lol.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Hello, everyone. If you've just joined us, by the way, welcome back to Dicebreaker. We are doing a little painting stream again. We're painting terrain today. As you can see, I'm just gonna reposition this camera because I don't know how well you can actually see what I'm doing.
This is the problem. We set a camera up and then we actually pick the thing up to paint.
Yeah, like who knows
where
it actually is.
different.
It's more like here, isn't it? Yeah, okay. We'll zoom in a little bit as well. Is that better?
You already show that off.
Is that better for you, chat? You like that?
Nice.
Is that good?
Nice.
Like that? Yeah, that works.
Beautiful.
I'm literally just basing right now, so I can't imagine.
Yeah, there's not much to see.
Yeah, it's not exactly high octane action over here, but a visual is a visual.
It is nice to see. It's just nice to know what's going on.
So,
Alright.
Maddie, how are you doing? Status update.
I've basically covered it.
Yeah.
All, other than that one little bit.
Still quite a thin colour, isn't it?
It's thin, but I have basically got colour and everything now.
Nice.
So, what about you?
I'm not even at that point. Although I think I've been going over myself as I go.
Oh, I haven't. I've just been going for it.
So I've been trying to get like a thick coat on most of it. Ooh. But it's still kind of blotchy, you know?
Yeah.
See what I mean, chat? Still a bit blotchy. Still not the most even coat of paint. Kind of looks better on camera, to be honest.
I'm going through. I'm going to get thicker paint now. I'm going for it. Oh, yeah, this looks better. Here we go. Getting some colour on.
Really should have got the big brush.
Yes.
The big brush out.
We just need like a wool brush.
Yeah.
Let's just get a big tub of paint and just dunk it in.
That is a method.
Is it?
Yeah, you not with like paint, but with wash. You can buy especially if you're not bothered about how they look and you just want it to look table ready,
Yeah.
you can buy like a big bucket of wash, and then you literally just dip the model in and then put it back up.
Wow.
Which means it will dry like a shiny globby mess. You know, if you put too much on, obviously. But
I think when you like have water and you put paint on top and like swirl it around and then like dip it in and it gets like all marbled.
Okay.
You know,
Like
everyone was
the,
doing that on
like
YouTube.
when you do like helmets and
Yes,
skateboards
yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Crocs. You know.
Or Crocs. Yeah.
One of those good sporty things. All of it.
Look, you could associate all three of those objects with skaters, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Crocs are back in now. Crocs are
They
fashionable
are.
again.
They are. The people love Crocs.
They do.
Much to my dismay.
Much to the confusion of a lot of us. The people love it. Yeah, I have some friends who are like, when they wear something, I'm like, oh, I guess this is in fashion now. Like people that are like...
If they're wearing it, then yeah.
One of my friend's sisters is a fashion stylist for magazines, and like she was wearing Crocs like a couple of years ago. I was like, oh, I guess this is a thing again now that I'm going to see in 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for it, even though I know it's coming back. I'm not ready to be high fashion. I'm just ready to wear just some things I like.
This paint is just all over the place in consistency.
Yeah, same here. So I'm getting a darker layer on now.
One day we'll do a proper spray base. Today is not that day. We do need an airbrush, David Gillen, we do.
Oh, I'd love an airbrush.
Problem is, imagine how loud our streams would be if we had little engines going, you know?
That's true, yeah, I feel like we need to airbrush beforehand.
You can get, what's it called? You can get little, like, battery powered ones now.
Ooh, that's cute. If anyone knows of any, please send them over. Show us some links so we can look into it. Alright, well there's a bit of this menu that isn't primed, so I'm going to have to go over that a little bit. Okay, it's looking better than the other side. To the inside. Darken the stone.
Twincast says, yeah, dripping rarely looks good, rather have no shading at all.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I feel like wash is one of those things that you have to be very careful with.
Yeah.
Especially depending on like what kind of mini you want. Like if you want it kind of like, if you want it dark and dungeon ready, then yeah, I feel like the wash looks fine. But I've definitely had it where I'm like, I do a nice bright mini and put wash on, I'm like, oh no.
Oh no, it's like dead.
I've ruined
it's dead
it.
and dull. It's because you kind of have to like reapply over the top of it, don't you, with bright stuff.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like do the highlights over again.
Yeah.
But I've recently bought a nice blue wash for some of my nice pastel coloured.
We've got a big box of
minis.
washes.
Do we?
Yeah, because they did a re-release a lot of the Games Workshop stuff.
Ah, yeah.
So we've got loads of washes and then loads of contrast paints as well, just in a big box.
I'll have to get into that.
Thanks, Games
Let's do another
Workshop.
painting stream.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Games
But
Workshop.
like we've had them for had them for a little while, just like these dry brushes. But like we didn't have much opportunity to use them on this stream or the last because we're doing dry brush stuff. But
We'll get to it. We'll find the right thing.
that we will.
We don't want to waste them on something that's not right for them, you know?
Exactly.
We want to show them off in their best light.
I do wonder if we did a heavy contrast wash on this, it would be quicker to get a dark colour.
Yeah, maybe. Well, we're doing it now. We're in now.
Here we are.
We're painting away, trying our best.
I love how we're like, yeah, we're going to paint things so fast by hand basing our models.
Every time.
We'll get there, lads, I promise.
One day we're going to
I'll tell you what, actually, do you know what? Hold on. Hold the fort.
Okay.
You hear that, Americans? Hold the fort. No, hold down the fort.
Oh.
It's not made out of balloons.
Is that a different thing?
Yeah. It's an Americanism.
Oh, interesting.
Back in a sec.
Ooh, this is a fun mystery. Where is Wheels going, and what will he return with? And will it make our lives easier? Hopefully. But we will find out. To be honest, I'm pretty much nearly done. Like, yes, it is a little patchy. Yes, it could be a little darker, but I think, you know, that's just old stone, right? That's just what old stone looks like. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, yeah, well, this is... I'll show you where I'm at. This outside is looking pretty dark. The inside I've just started painting. And if I move my hand, you can see that this is very light compared to the rest of it. But yeah, I think we're getting there. Wheels is a lot darker than mine. Let's bring them into this in comparison. Oh, look at that. A ruined temple built all together. How is mine looking compared to Wheels's? I'm going to use Wheels as a litmus test to see. Okay, a lot darker, but I think mine's looking more covered, at least. I think the other problem is I am sat right in front of the lights. Oh, there's not even light behind me. Well, my shadow is leaning over, so I feel like I constantly can't quite see what it actually looks like until we take it out of the studio, but I think it's looking good. I like dry brushing a lot because I think it looks really good even if I'm not very good at painting. Like the first ever miniatures I painted was a Sylvaneth army, which is basically, like, for people that don't know, they're just tree people, and the first mini I painted, I obviously got to just do dark brown, like lighter brown, and then go over it with like a much lighter colour, like dry brushing it. It just looked so good, even though it was like my very first one, so that's why I'm a big fan of dry brushing. It just always... Ooh! Do you hear that?
What's that?
Wheels is back.
Tip-tapping and wish-washing.
Tip-tapping and wish-washing its way into the room?
Through the office.
What could it be?
Why, it's some brand new at the time, Citadel contrast paints.
Brand new, we got it last year.
Okay.
Here we go.
Right.
Okay.
So we have a few different options.
Yes.
In a similar colour palette. So we've got Black Legion, which is black, so that will just come
Alright.
black. Sigval Burgundy.
Okay. Ooh, burgundy.
Might be a bit too red.
Yeah, perhaps.
Garrigax Sewer.
Oh, that sounds more like it. We like
Kind
some
of
sewer
greeny
stone.
brown grey. And then Rattling Grime, which I think is going to be like a dark grey.
Okay.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab another piece of terrain. We're going to try them out.
Okay.
And see if we can get a better finish from them. But you crack on.
Okay. All right, I'll carry on.
This is turning into an experimental stream.
I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got to the point where we need to experiment because we're not going to finish a city otherwise.
No.
I mean,
we're cutting our losses here.
We want giving up. We like playing miniatures games. We want terrain.
Hey, Anderson says, I mean, stone buildings aren't usually all one colour. Likely they have bricks that are different colours, or like veins or whatever through the stone that are lighter and darker.
This is what I'm saying.
The thing is, though, like we'll do that with the dry brushing.
Yeah.
We need a flat colour to begin with, you know. But look, we'll get.
Hey, I'm with you. Old stone is looking all kinds of janky, and that's okay.
Heck yeah, it is. All right, here we go. Contrast. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. All right.
Did the whole thing just come off?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. They seal it real tight.
Oh. Too tight.
Okay, be careful knocking that because it'll go everywhere.
I'm so nervous. Oh my god.
Sorry, you can crack on. Okay, let's see how Rattling Grime comes out, shall we?
Rattling Grime. Every time I put my miniature down in a different position, I'm like, oh, I haven't even painted this one bit or something. Like, just the lights. It's hard.
It is tough. Yeah, one thing that maybe isn't, that easy to tell from home is that we often struggle with, like, we've got big, high contrast studio lights, which make it difficult to really tell what a model looks like.
Yeah.
It's like, have you ever painted at night and then woke up in the morning and looked in the morning, you're like, oh, that looks completely different.
Who is she?
Either in a good way or a bad way. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it looks better than I thought it did. Or sometimes I'm like, oh, that was horrible.
Oh no. Yeah, I was saying I just lean over and have like a massive shadow where I'm trying to paint.
So,
I don't know about most people, but normally I have like a little, like a bright table lamp that I put straight over my miniature, otherwise I have no idea what's going on.
So interestingly, people who make our wet palette, Redgrass,
yes,
are coming out with like a table lamp
specifically
for miniature.
It looks
like
really
clamps
nice.
onto the table, and I've requested a copy so we can have a look.
Try it out. We can finally do some good painting.
Yeah, we can have like a fit for purpose light that kind of. I think it's a bit more diffused. It's a bit more like, specifically designed for lighting up miniatures on a table.
That's great. Because if I could do it ideally, I like to paint in natural lighting. Like if it's like the middle of the day, the sun's shining, I'm sat by the window. Like the amount of times I paint just sat in front of my window on the floor.
Yeah.
That is a good painting spot.
a nook.
Not good for my back.
No,
but-
no painting is good for my back though, to be honest.
Yeah, that's so true. Let's stretch out.
So true, bestie.
That's so true, bestie. Literally reminding me to just. I'm sitting up straight now. Look at me.
I'm not. I can't paint like that though. Like, I don't know what it is. I just, I just
Yeah, it's
can't
not
seem
easy.
to get.
It's like I need to hold this up if I'm doing that.
If I was like this, I just wouldn't be able to paint like this. It feels.
That's my neck the
I
other
have to have
way.
my, my elbows rooted.
Oh yeah, you've got to have like
Yeah.
elbows down. Otherwise, I'm shaking all over the place.
See now.
Right. I think it's because we've got a white base. It's got to get pretty dark to. That's so cool.
That's looking pretty good. That might be the right colour.
Nice. Yeah, I think definitely the white looks good.
But that will save us a lot of time.
That'd be great.
If
Because you want to get into the dry brushing.
exactly, yeah. If we
Just
if
this
we
bit is the
spend
the
half
least
our stream
interesting.
being set up for the thing that we wanted to do, then yeah, not very interesting. Okay. Alrighty then. Can work with this.
That's good to hear. Well done.
Alright, well, feel free to abandon your one if you feel.
Alright, it's looking good. I'm gonna grab another piece
Okay.
and start doing some. Getting in a little tub. The tub for sharing.
Share tub.
Share tub.
Haley Anderson says, "What are Red Cross doing? Pardon." So we're on their sort of PR list, and they sent an email about like a sort of lamp they're making, which you should be able to find on their website. I think they're crowdfunding it, but it's like a purpose-built kind of table lamp for miniature painting.
It's like a nice
clamps.
long one.
Yeah.
As well.
Really long, really like big sort of like area of lighting. It's
Yes,
not quite like as spotted as some lamps are.
Which is so nice. Otherwise, like you end up just like having to hold it under the light and
Exactly,
be really
yeah.
uncomfortable.
It kind of looks like a sort of office fluorescent light, but like that
Yeah.
attaches to your table, and probably isn't quite as horrible and flickery.
Yes.
Because I imagine it's LED. But yeah, that's kind of cool.
Cool. Yeah.
So-
Looks good.
Worth looking into.
Check it out.
Don't know when it's going to be available. I think March, they said. I don't know if that's crowdfunding or if that's actual available to purchase date.
Oh yeah.
It's always tricky to tell.
Yeah. I'm sure if you Google it, it will come up. And then you can keep an eye on it.
Well, it looks like Haley Anderson's can do that exact thing. 'Cause
Nice.
They've said,
Check
I will
it
look
out.
it up. Okay, this is going a long way.
Yes.
Had we done contrast in the first place, we might have been a bit further along by now.
Well, we're doing it now, so time us from this point.
Yeah. How much terrain can we paint in 1 hour? That was the real.
Yeah.
That was the real goal of the stream.
Yeah, we thought 2 hours was too nice for us. So.
What are we? Some kind of babies? Full 2 hours?
Babies,
Come on
no.
now.
Made a whole city in an hour.
We're artificially making our lives harder for no reason.
Yeah.
That's the Dicebreaker promise.
That's what we promise to offer to you every week.
The only thing with these terrain pieces, like, I don't know where to hold this anymore.
Yeah, that's my
You
problem.
run out of hand room.
Like, and then eventually I'm going to have to just hold the paint, which isn't good. Just hope some bit of it will dry quick enough.
Yeah, well, there's no base, so.
No. I can't stick this on anything. Ooh.
I mean,
Coming
I guess you
apart
could.
together.
Just what is the question,
Yeah, come out with a painting base for terrain.
Like a
Just
really big
massive
handle
thing
thing.
I can hold, yeah. I just use a cork and blue tack at home.
That does work. It does work.
Can't go wrong. Tis a classic.
David Gillen says, just looked it up, hope it's not too expensive because I want one. Yeah, I have no idea what it's going to cost, all that kind of stuff. And again, we're not sponsored or anything. It's just we got a press release and they sent us a thing.
Just
So
look cool.
asked if we could have that as well.
Please?
Please.
Please, sir. Would like to see my miniatures.
And then, it's useful for our audience because they can have a look at it.
Yeah.
And they can be
You
like,
can
hey,
see
that does
what's-
look good actually.
Yeah.
I do want that.
Look at that. You guys have improved so much now you can see your miniatures.
Yeah. Wow,
Very
these
impressed.
miniatures don't look like absolute garbage anymore. I have to get one of these lamps.
Yeah, that'd be good day.
Okay, I might have overpainted this, but that's fine. It's the problem with these contrast paints, they can get a bit streaky as well if you sort of go over them a little too hard. Right. Getting there.
Getting there. Getting in. Oh.
It's also really... another thing about these bright lights is it makes everything really glistening, so it's actually quite difficult to tell what things look like sometimes, because it's like, especially with a wet wash
you should
on.
like put it in 3 different angles
Yeah,
in the
literally.
studio to try and find the right, what it might actually look like.
David says, have you guys have played any Blood on the Clock Tower? We do have a Let's Play on the channel from way back.
We do have a copy in the office.
We do have a copy in the office.
Do
We've
you
been
want to
trying
play?
to set up a big Let's Play, but obviously it's a lot of setup for something like that, because you need a lot of people. So
we need a big space to put everybody in.
yeah, and then microphones and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
It's a lot to deal with.
But we do want to. I haven't played it because I didn't work it when it happened.
Oh, it was ages
It
ago.
looked very fun.
I think Mian was still new. You know, that's how
Oh,
long
wow.
ago it was.
Okay.
That's how long ago it was.
Damn. A long time ago.
Yeah.
A long time.
Do not cite the old text to me, witch.
I was there.
Okay.
I wasn't.
That looks pretty good, I think.
Nice. Yeah, look at that.
That's a obviously it's wet, so it's gonna be shiny, but that's like a relatively good base colour that we can work with. So I'm just gonna pop this down on the table to do the last little bit here.
Lovely stuff.
And then as that dries, you can start doing some dry brushing.
Dry time for the dry brush. That's what we want.
Okay. We got it back on track, folks.
Oh, yeah, here we are.
Stream's back
The
again.
city's gonna happen.
This one building wide city.
It's a small city. Just a little place.
It's just a little guy.
It's a little place. It's okay. Oh god. Too much. Too much.
Too late to apologize. Don't know why that came in my head.
Got too much paint on my brush.
Let me do it for you.
If you thought that was over, you were wrong. We will still sing it every day.
Now we've just made Mian know about it as well.
Okay, there's one bit that's just not taking the paint.
It might be
So-
the base spray that
Yeah.
was originally put on it wasn't amazing. Because again, done quickly, you know. We're paying for our sins. Oh,
Trying. Come on, take some colour. You love colour. No.
this is a real sins of our fathers moment.
Yeah. Me. Who probably primed it.
I think this is that video of us
We filmed out the
spraying
window.
everything. Yeah, she made us look like hooligans.
Yeah. Just spraying in the car park. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Alrighty. That is a based piece of terrain. Oh,
Beautiful.
a little bit needed in the inside bit there. But you know, the headline is terrain on the way.
I'm based and ready.
It's coming home.
That's... What is this called again?
What?
Rattling Grime, baby.
That's Rattling Grime,
Rattling
baby.
Grime.
So the Skaven have rattling gunners,
Okay.
which are Gatling guns.
Oh,
rats.
I love
Which is very
that.
fun. We do love the Skaven.
Yeah, rats are great.
They are probably the best Warhammer faction.
I'm a big fan of
Sorry,
rats.
pals.
Born in the year of the rat.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm near the dog.
Oh, that's fun.
Cute.
That's
Nice.
cute. Just a little rat. I'm just scuttling
Just a
around in
little
the
ratto.
sewers.
Okay.
I think it's accurate to me.
Whilst that dries, I'll just start basing another one, and then I can jump back on.
Nice. Have you ever heard of the thing where everyone either has rat face or pig face?
It sounds like it would do great for people's body images.
Well, I very much clearly have a rat face. I'm just rattle all the way through.
I mean, yeah, I'm pig face all the way, right? Surely.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Look, Maddie, wait for it.
Ah,
Come on now.
little pig. Pigs are great.
It couldn't have been like princess face.
I know, it
or
can be like
mermaid
kitten face or rabbit face, like puppy face. No,
Everyone either has
pig.
a beautiful face or a sexy face.
Everyone's
So
either
what?
this
Pig
kind of
or
ugly-
rat? Okay,
Everyone's either
good.
this kind of ugly or this kind of ugly.
Alex Simpkins says, but Wheels, there's no such thing as Skaven. So there's a thing in
Okay.
like Warhammer lore where like the Skaven are basically underneath every single human city.
Oh, of course.
Like
I love that.
they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So like
Never more than 10 feet away.
the kind of powers that be are very much aware of the fact that like if people ever found that out, there would be like mass hysteria.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because they'd be like, oh god,
My
we're all gonna
family
die.
was a race of rat people that lived under. Actually, I would be quite happy with that.
But bear in mind that, like, in the lore, the Skaven were instrumental to the ending of the entire universe because they were everywhere. You know, Vermintide.
Yeah.
That's what that's about.
Okay.
So, it's pretty common for like the human government and church and whatever to be like the Skaven are a myth. Like
I see.
they're just made up.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Which you can understand that.
Yeah, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, exactly. But for good.
As a CEO herself, I understand.
For the powers of good. But there's also, like, when we were... So I used to work on Total War Warhammer.
Yes.
The video game.
Video game.
And when the Skaven were sort of, like, part of the next game, they kind of held up that thing of... Whenever someone would be like, oh, the Skaven could be in this game, we'd be like,
Yeah.
what are you on about? They don't exist. So we did that. But then after a while, it was just like... Because they were the last ones to get revealed as well. So, like, there was, like, months and months and months of just, like, people being like, can we see the Skaven, though? And we'd be like, they don't exist.
I didn't say they don't exist, so...
But it was a glorious day when we could finally reveal
That
it.
is fun.
I made a little text adventure,
Oh!
which was fun.
So
And
fun.
a little community role. You play as, like, an elf, and you're, like, doing a scouting mission. You're like,
Oh.
that's weird. There's, like, claw marks here. What's that?
Oh no.
And you keep doing things, and you
Oh,
realise...
rats. That's weird. It's a piece of cheese. It's a little nibble out of it. How curious. That is very fun.
Is there anyone in the chat who would mind if I spoiled the last third of Total War Warhammer 2's story campaign? Because I'd love to talk about what the Skaven are up to.
Wheels, no. I'm just 5 minutes away from that bit.
This is my point, right? I don't know how many people it's going to affect if I were to do that.
It's
You
fine
know,
with me.
No shade to Total War Warhammer 2.
So-
It's a good game, but you let me know, chat. And it's on you, chat. I'm going to give you a few minutes.
This is your time. Speak now.
Speak now or forever
have it spoiled.
Yeah, exactly. This is your chance.
Or forever be sad that you can't properly enjoy it. Fine. Everyone's saying fine.
Yep.
By everyone, I mean 2 people. Which means everyone's
That's the whole chat.
Yeah.
Anyone who was going to
Like-
play Warhammer has already played it. Yeah, exactly, right? It's
So
like
true.
it's like spoiling the Sixth Sense. It's like, come on, lads, you've had your chance.
You had it. It's over.
Okay, giving it another minute or so.
Oh, it's very good of you.
I'm just, it's fun to
So
talk about,
conscientious.
and so much of my brain is being taken up by
Yes.
useless knowledge.
I can imagine.
I need to use it in some capacity.
Yeah.
Right? And what's
Very good
worse
that you
is,
still
Maddie,
remember it. Mhm.
what's worse is, like, all of that lore that I learned for the purposes of,
Yeah.
like, knowing stuff for that game. Like, it's not... That tabletop game, until they bring back Oldhammer, it doesn't exist anymore. So, like,
Oh.
it's not even used... Like, none of it... Like, it's kind of
No.
old lore for Age Sigmar, so a lot of it is, like, transferable.
Yeah.
Or, like, main characters in the original tabletop.
Sorry, I just knocked it over. I thought my paint was going to come off.
Like, some main characters in the original have, like, carried over, or they've become, like,
Uh-huh.
gods, or something like that.
That's
So, like, it's
cool.
not useless, but a lot of it is.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm impressed with you for remembering it. As soon as I don't have to remember anything, it's just gone from my brain. Ooh,
Haley
someone
Anderson
said-
says it's like 7 years old. Statute of limitations on spoilers has expired. 7 years old? I'm sorry, what?
Oh no, we're about to give Wheels an existential crisis.
Please don't tell me that.
Like it is going to be 7 years old.
It's 6 years old. That's still
Too many years.
Oh God. Oh Maddie, I'm so old.
Don't worry, chat. We're just going to be processing for a minute.
Oh. That was 6 years ago. I guess we did a lot of DLC. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. God almighty.
Sometimes you just have a moment.
Okay, so now I've gone over that. It's definitely old enough that I don't care about spoiling it. So, in Total Warhammer 2, there's like 2 ways in which you can play it.
Okay.
You can do just sort of standard Total Warfare. I'm assuming you've played a Total War game.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so like, you know, you go around, you conquer stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But in Total Warhammer 2, there is a Race for the Vortex campaign.
Okay.
Because at the centre of the like High Elf Island, there's a massive vortex that has like elves that originally casted the spell still there, locked in time,
Damn.
casting
okay.
a spell to like stop chaos from entering the world, because they had to do it to stop an entire invasion that would have destroyed everything.
Right.
So, the campaign is about 4 factions: the High Elves, Dark Elves, Lizard Men, and the Skaven, who are all in like the New World, because the Warhammer world is just the Earth, but they've like changed it. So like, for example, the Tomb Kings are literally Egyptians.
Oh, okay.
And all that kind of stuff.
I see.
So, in the campaign, they're all like, "Oh, we're trying to take over the vortex because we saw the twin-tailed comet." And the twin-tailed comet, which you will literally see on the thing that you are painting. See that? There's the twin-tailed comet.
Oh, I thought they're little rabbits.
It's the they're little rabbits. It's the symbol of Sigmar,
I see.
who's the god of men.
I see.
And he like was a person, and then he was such a hero that he made himself into a god or whatever. And he was the guy who held the Warhammer.
Oh, there was a Warhammer.
Which was called Galmaraz. And that is what Warhammer is named after. Now, whenever...
3 hours later.
Now, whenever someone sees a twin-tailed comet, it's like, oh, that's a big deal. It's like heralding a big change in the world.
Okay.
So, like you know, before most of the world's major events, the twin-tailed comet would have been seen.
That's very handy to have.
It's like an omen, you know?
Yeah.
So when people saw it, they were like, oh, this is our chance to, like, you know, make our claim on the vortex. Like, we're going to, you know, mix things up, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
But what you find out about, I don't know, a third of the way, or like 3/4, of the way through the campaign,
Yes.
is there was no twin-tailed comet.
Oh, okay.
The Skaven made a rocket ship.
What?
And faked it.
Welcome to 40k.
Because they were trying to bring the Great Horned Rat, who is the demon that they all worship.
Oh, I like the sound of him.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Big fan.
He kind of looks like my big rat model that I've shown you before.
Ah.
They were trying to bring him into the real world using the
Yes.
vortex. So they got everyone to fight over, you know, the vortex, and they were like in the background making their little schemes and their little plans. And that's what happened.
That's incredible. I love that for them.
Oh, they're fantastic.
I love them even more.
They're like...
And this has definitely exposed me as someone who just paints Warhammer and doesn't play it.
Oh, no, yeah, no. The lore is dense as well. Like,
yeah.
You know, you have to really know about it to know about it, you know.
I just like
Liv says, I can't believe you would spoil this for everyone.
Oh.
Sorry, Liv.
That's
Should
the
have.
one thing I forgot. Liv is in the middle of playing it right now. She's telling me how excited she was to find out the surprise ending.
Should have piped up. Liv,
You
how's
had your chance.
how's your edit going, by the way? Let us know.
Yeah, I'm very excited to watch this video.
Liv's got a fantastic video coming out this weekend.
Very good. Some very good things in it. I feel like a lot of people very much enjoy it.
Liv, if you want to announce in the chat what video is coming up on Saturday,
Yeah.
feel free.
Yeah, this is your announcement to make.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone knows, but something happened recently in the sort of tabletop space that has perhaps...
It's a little thing you might have vaguely heard of.
Yeah.
That a few couple, I'm sure, tiny people were talking about, yes.
Yeah, because it's perhaps...
Like all of us are dealing with stuff right now.
Yeah, it's perhaps put us in a situation where people are looking for alternative RPGs to play.
Yeah.
And Liv Says good, adding B-roll and such. Excellent.
Lovely. So proud of some of the B-roll I got this morning.
Oh, nice. Can't wait to see it.
They have very beautiful games to use, if that's a little clue for you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay. I think... There we go. Oh, no. Never mind.
Every time.
I keep forgetting how big terrain is, you know?
Time. Yeah, there's just always so many little bits, especially like when you're holding it and then you like finally put it down and turn it around. You're like, oh, okay, I see.
Little bits and bobs.
Little bits and bobs going on.
Hetty Anderson says, has there been some controversy with the world's most popular RPG? I'm sure none of us are aware of such a thing. Liv says, you might want to play a different fantasy RPG right now for whatever reason, and we got 9 of them for you.
Woo!
List time, baby. That's right.
List
9
time.
fantasy RPGs that aren't D&D that you can play right now.
There are some great ones on there.
Coming up on Saturday. Bet you can't wait.
Bet you can't wait. But you're going to have to because it's coming on Saturday. So.
Oh, and also, you may have seen Liv's tweet that revealed the beautiful set that me and Maddie designed for it.
Oh, yeah! That was very fun. We had a lot of fun playing around with that.
We put our full set bussies into it.
We did.
Set build bussies.
Yeah. I can't believe I wasn't wearing my dungarees for it.
Oh my god.
Or my jumpsuit.
Could
Or
look
my
like a little
things
Mario.
Cosplayers. When I cosplay as a stagehand.
When you cosplay as the working class.
Yeah. No, that's wrong. That's wrong to do.
That had big, like, Miss Universe competition. Miss England, would you ever cosplay as the working class? No, that's wrong.
No, that's actually wrong to
That's
do.
wrong to do.
I wouldn't
Applause.
do such a thing.
Oh, God.
Too easy. Too easy for some people.
Alex Simpkins says, maybe try out the Doctor Who TTRPG as Britain's only important cultural export. God, that's depressing. Depressingly true.
It was great.
It says, more Storybreakers on the way tomorrow. We're very excited for you all to see it. That is very, very true. Animus Day. Did I miss that comment? Ooh. I was going to ask about something different before I bumped the send button. I was wondering if any more Storybreakers are on the way. Oh my god, Animus Day is tomorrow. Tomorrow, Storybreakers returns. Back to our weekly schedule.
You've got about 24 hours to wait and that is it. And you'll be sleeping for some of those, so you don't even know you're waiting.
Right.
Isn't that fun?
Maddie,
It's happening.
this is dry.
It's dry.
Let's do it. It's a bit streaky.
Look, we had chat. We've all had this whole discussion about how old stones just they look messed up, and that's okay.
It's intentional.
That's old stones for you.
That's old stones for
Some of
you.
these are magic cities, so like maybe the stone's a little magical, and you know it's like whatever. It's fine.
Animus Deus says, can any of these be done online and really in town? Yeah, absolutely. Most RPGs, I think, now can be played online pretty easily.
I play
some of the
all
ones,
of my RPGs online now.
Some of the ones that we are recommending, I think, are pretty much set up from the get-go for it as well.
Yeah.
So there you go. Right.
100%.
Here we go. I'm going to give you that.
Here we go. Thank you.
And I'm going to pop down
Dipping in.
some dark stone.
Don't mind me, it's fine.
Look at that felt.
Am I over dramatic? No, no one has ever said that about me.
God. Zoe's like will react to any kind of slight shock with and it's actually like nerve wracking.
The problem is because like when people do that, it really stresses me out.
I know.
I'm so aware of the fact you shouldn't do it.
So I hear Zoe go ah, and I'm like, are you okay?
What's going on?
And she's like, oh yeah, I just spilled a bit of water. I'm like, you can't do that. Oh god.
Yeah. Look, overreacting is our defense for some of us. That's how we have to deal with things.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't deal with it if I don't overreact.
Okay. I'm mixing in some dark stone.
Lovely.
Pop this palette over here so we can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, too.
Mixing in some dark stone with some skeleton bone.
Dark stone
Woo!
and
Woo!
skeleton bone.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Wahoo!
Wahoo! Yeah! It's a great imitation to do.
Yeah.
It's a
Just
joyful,
feels good.
joyful thing to do.
Woohoo!
Wahoo!
Chat, try it right now, and you'll honestly, you know when like people stand in front of the mirror and they're like, I am strong, I am powerful. My version of that is going, wahoo! That's it for me. I'm like, I feel so good about myself. Wahoo indeed.
Hey guys, today we're going to be doing the Mario self-care program.
I should start that.
Anastasia says, I'm pretty sure Zoe explodes expletives in that spilled water. Oh yeah, that counts as well.
Yes.
Kirby Rawstorn says Will's doing his best Chris Pratt impression. Woohoo! I think the gay people are bad! Woohoo! There he is.
I would just like to clarify for everybody that this is a gay-friendly channel.
It is. In fact,
Everyone is
it may
gay.
shock you to learn that we are gay.
So it's okay. We're allowed to joke, just in case anyone didn't know. Just want to be very clear. This is a safe gay space where we can wahoo all we want. And you can quote me on that.
What is this, Sims?
Oh, I love Simlish. So.
Have you seen that post where it's like, Simlish is just Italian spoken in an American accent?
Yes.
Buongiorno!
Oh my
Bienvenido!
God. It just is. This whole time, Simlish could have just been Italian. I would
Yeah.
never have known.
Literally.
Never would have questioned it. I think it's similar. There's like a TikToker who speaks Japanese and like a southern accent.
Oh, washi washi desu.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. When she's like, what I thought it sounded like, and then listening to the
Yeah.
to it back.
Too good. Too good.
Kanomoniaki.
That's just Sims.
Yeah, there it is.
I love it. How ingenious. Invent your own language.
Yeah.
Sims is just great. Love it.
It's very good.
Can't wait till they fix everything when Sims 5 comes out.
Oh yeah, can't wait till they get rid of everything when Sims
Yeah,
5 comes
can't wait
out.
till they just bring Sims 2 out again.
If they brought Sims 2 out again, everyone would be like,
so
wow, this is
happy.
revolutionary.
Literally.
Just the amount of stuff that they just got rid of.
Oh, I love Sims 2.
That was a game. That was a game right there.
Yeah. And like, I know it's half because that is the one that like I played when I was younger, and so I have a lot of feelings towards it. But
Yeah.
it's also just great, okay?
But it is though. Like there's
Yeah.
a level of rose tinted glasses.
Yeah.
But also just I remember playing Sims 4 for the first time and thinking, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do
Yeah.
this. Oh, I can't do that.
I
Remember Sims 2? You could build your own towns, like the whole regions, and you'd get like, oh, I can put like a.
Sims 4 is so limited.
Honest, mate, don't even just.
The lore that was in Sims 2.
Yeah.
Oh, like I loved that I could come in and like I would just join a family and they would have so much interesting lore, and like I know technically that's true for Sims 4, it's just not.
Yeah.
Where is Donleth the Ario in Sims 4? It was just like they had edgier stories back then and it was fun.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
It was hot. It was sexy.
Yeah, exactly. Because realistically, when I was younger, I was just making people that would date like 1,000 other people and then like kill people, and that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Don't give me Eliza pancakes. Don't come at me. With
Remember
that.
Sims 3 when they were like, oh, you can put any custom pattern on any piece of furniture?
Yes.
Remember that?
Which is great.
Goodness gracious. Aiden Folks, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
Aiden Folks says,
Vibes.
Vibes.
Vibes. Nothing but vibes.
Okay, I really need to look at the chat more often because I keep seeing people refer to things I've done and then I've immediately forgotten what I'm saying.
Was the soundbite you doing the Mario Chris Pratt impression? Because I think that's...
Oh, me going,
I don't know what else.
hate the gays!
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another for you.
I'm so easily cancelable. Liv says, only one token gay on the channel. I mean, straight. It's me. Liv's the only straight person on the channel. I don't know if you know about this. She's like
Liv's
aggressively
like the
straight.
straightest person I know. Who's like, Liv, calm down with that heterosexuality of yours. That's
so ahead of you.
Liv's like walking around talking about how she wishes she could, like, I don't know, like
If you
stop
don't know
her
this-
partner from playing video games.
Liv is actually a trad wife.
This just in, Liv is a straight trad wife and Wheels hates gays. It's all being revealed. The little webs we've
I don't think you
weaved are
guys
being
can even
pulled
try and
apart.
pretend to do that for a day. I don't
No.
think you guys can pull it off for even that long. Nice try though.
The amount of my jokes that literally just amount to, I'm not straight. You know, like,
Yeah.
Kobe Rawston, I won't make a definitive statement on that, but feel free to Google Chris Pratt homophobia.
Yes.
More information. Okay. Okay, that
Getting all my angles. It's just like tiny little bits of just where it's got no paint on.
Yeah.
Just tiny, tiny little specks.
Always the
that I
flipping
gotta-
way, isn't it?
I gotta. God, so much paint in my hands. I don't know how it
Is
happens.
this looking
Oh my
better?
god. Yeah.
Is this looking better?
That is looking better.
I
I
feel
feel
like,
like the problem with dry brushing is because it's so subtle to start with.
yeah.
You almost like. You need to like take a picture of what it looks like beginning and then look at it afterwards.
Yeah,
Like, oh no,
just
I have made a difference.
Always keep it next to you, you
Because
know?
like it is meant to look really subtle. It's meant to be like this is what stone looks like. So it's
Exactly,
not meant
yeah.
to be like. So I think it's hard to notice straight away.
Because then you over egg it and you're like, oh, just
Yeah.
put loads in. And
And
it's
you're
like,
like,
no, do
no.
not do that. Do
It's
not
meant to
do
be
that.
subtle. No, no, it's so sexy.
No, you're
it's
so
meant to be
sexy.
subtle.
Don't put too much paint on.
My brain to me all the time. Oh, okay. There's a whole little bit I just haven't
I
painted.
love your self-actualization though.
Yeah. Someone's got to do it, you know. You gotta love yourself. You gotta try and wahoo your way into loving yourself.
Twincast, not me, legally, says he's at the very least simping for a church that does. So there you go.
Yeah.
You can't get me, lawyers.
You can't
You
get
can't
me.
get me. Not real Roblox parody.
I don't understand Roblox.
No, me neither, but it's a funny
I
internet
tried.
thing.
We're okay.
All good?
We're alright. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I don't even worry about it. Oh my god, why are you worrying so
Oh my
much?
god, like
That's so
literally
toxic of you.
stop. I have to speak to my therapist about this.
Have you seen that video going around TikTok of the woman who's like, I've treasured our friendship, but I feel like it's hit its natural conclusion.
Oh my god,
It's-
yes.
These people who have just like never spoken to a real human being in their entire lives.
I don't think I'd ever recover if someone said that to me. I'm like, just stop talking to me, it's fine.
No, genuinely, like, sentence one, I'd be like, get out of my
I'd
face.
like, oh great, I also
done
don't
with
want to be
you.
your friend either, fantastic. But, oh my god.
Oh.
It's just like, if you're like, don't want to be friends with someone, like, you just like gradually
Just let it
distance
fizzle
yourself
out,
out of their
yeah.
lives, like.
You don't have to like
They have
crush
to, like,
them.
sit me down and like break
Have
up
an
with me
intervention.
brutally. God.
Toxic. That is Britney Spears
Yeah.
toxic, as
Yes.
Zoe might say.
That is Britney Spears toxic. If you also, I feel like there's a lot of like people saying horrible, like just like, have you ever spoken to you before? Have you seen the one where it's like things about my own gender that give me the ick, girl? Because it's the worst.
Or you know that like there was a trend on TikTok where it was like, what's the most terminally online thing you've heard this week?
Oh, I love that.
And it was that one where it was like, that woman was like, you know, I'm like, oh god, what did she say? It was like, I've like quit my job and I'm maintaining healthy boundaries by deleting all of the documents that I had on my laptop. And it's like,
Yeah.
bestie, that's called intellectual property.
Yes. Oh my god. God, people using like therapy speech just like, yeah, justify their way out of like things. You're like, that is just real life. It's okay. Your work isn't being toxic by like asking you to do your job.
Yeah, wild.
I'm afraid
Or
to
those
say.
people who are like, oh my god, I'm performing so much
Emotional labour.
emotional labour for my children. And it's like, yeah, it's
Oh
cool
my
being
God.
a parent.
Yeah, you made that choice.
Oh, God.
I've made the choice not to
I'm
for like that reason.
so bad for these children.
Yeah, it's a real thing that was like, when it comes to children, if your idea of having them isn't a hell yes, then
Then it should be a hell no.
I think that's very good.
There's this like thing where it's acknowledged, where it's like, if you are mature enough to know that you would be a bad parent, you would ironically probably be quite a good one.
Unfortunately, you have the emotional maturity
Yeah.
to have made that decision. I'm done with this, so I'm saying it's done.
Excellent. Start dry brushing.
I'm dry brushing now.
Do you want to know a TikTok that lives in my head rent free?
Oh yes.
You know that guy who was like, I just found out that my entire mattress is filled with fiberglass. Have you seen that one? Oh my god,
Why
it's
is it filled with
incredible.
fiberglass?
He's like, but everything's collapsing around him.
Oh my god.
And it's incredible. Fiberglass. It's
Fiberglass.
so funny.
From
If I had damaged that mattress, I would have been breathing in fiberglass.
I have such a like. I guess it's not irrational, but like I'm so scared of fiberglass. I'm so scared of
I
like, little
don't
fiberglass
really
fiber
know
going into my
what
finger.
it
It's
is.
just like very fine glass, little fibers.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah, that's scary.
That's scary, bro.
Fiberglass. The other day, me
Fiberglass.
and Wills were playing Magic the Gathering at lunchtime, and I kept joking, saying like, "I need more mana," and then I
More
accidentally said
mana.
"mana" for real. And Will was like, "What did you just say?" And I was like, "This is so embarrassing." And now I can't even say it as a joke anymore.
Yeah.
10 more
Okay,
mana.
that's-
We should have any mana going
That's looking
on.
okay. That's looking okay. We're getting there.
Look at that.
Honestly,
It's looking
one piece of
good.
terrain. That's what's going to come out of this. One piece of goddamn terrain. But as long,
Between the two of us.
yeah, as long as it looks good, that's the main thing.
Well, we've based a lot of the other ones, which I think is a really good job that we've done.
Look, it's a
No
slow
one can take that away
process.
from us.
Maybe we'll just do it over a course of like a month.
Yeah, this is a month-long series where we make some terrain.
Yeah.
And then we'll play a miniatures game with it.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be really fun.
What a fantastic treat for everyone involved.
Everyone wants this. Everyone asks for this. I'm glad we can all agree.
Oh god. We've got Mian in the chat who says we just showed
Hello.
Chase a Crusher advert with the little cats.
Oh.
I could see Leroy, context,
Oh.
Chase's cat, doing a Crusher
I
advert.
love Leroy.
I reckon he could do a Crusher advert.
I'm like unhealthily obsessed with Chase's cats. They just have like the best little faces ever.
Yeah.
Leroy has such a lovely little face.
Just tell him that.
I say it every time he posts his cats. I'm like, look at his face. Look at his little
So
face.
nice.
Look at his nice face. I have to try and not say it because I say it to him so often. I'm sorry, Chase.
We love Chase.
Oh, we do love Chase. That's our Texan boy.
Texan boy, I love
Country
you.
boy.
Oh,
Alright.
poor Chase.
Okay.
It cracks me up that like, because the classic thing of like English people and American people poking each other about how bad each other's countries are.
Yes.
But like whenever I see some unhinged American content, I'm like, can't wait to put this one in TV Random. Oh god.
Take that.
Our beautiful Texan punching bag.
Hey, I mean, I said this like I was in America for like, two maybe just over 2 weeks or something, and I just kept like I felt so cringy every time I spoke.
Yeah.
So I was like so overly aware of how English I was. I was like, oh yes, hello, thank you. Oh yes, I would love a lemonade. Thank you so much. And that's like what I felt like I sounded like. And I was like, oh, Hazel, this is horrible. That's very embarrassing.
I just remember like we were in a bar, I think, like me and Johnny when we went to like an event, And Johnny had like said out loud the C word about 3 times because you know England, right?
Yeah.
And then like they just sort of sat there and like realised they were getting looks. I was like, you don't say that word over here, do you?
Guess not. Sorry. Are you just going straight in with skeleton bone? Or are you mixing it?
I went one of each, then one of each, then one.
Okay.
That was my vibe, and that's come out like this.
Oh, lovely. Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That is lovely. That is.
There we go, pals. That is what it looks like.
Check it out, besties.
That's the vibe we're going for here. And that's serviceable terrain, you know?
Yeah. You pop. It's more serviceable. You pop that down. I'm like, wow, look at that, Wheels.
You'd be like, oof, you do that?
That's lovely.
Hot dog.
Big fan.
So yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more white towards the top ends.
None of that one. Barely a touch.
Just a touch of paint on the brush. Don't want to put too much on. That's how it goes.
We have a good time.
Yeah. But as well, like that streakiness of the original paint is kind of lost as well, which is good.
Oh yeah, that's smoothed out lovely. Blended
I think
out.
I'm happy with that. That's looking good.
As you should be.
That is the vibe. Folks at home, that's what we're going for. Nice. I like it. I like it. All right.
Big fan.
Moving on. Stage 2, i.e. Model 2. Okay. Right, so again, I'm going to grab... I like to just do it on another brush, just so I can mix up.
Ooh, so sorry.
Alrighty. Let's see what the chat is up to. BMD Nerd says, what comics are y'all reading?
I'm
Reading any graphic novels right now?
Well, I'm reading a manga. I'm reading The Sailor Moon.
A manga?
A manga.
Just like one of my Japanese mangas.
I'm reading a manga. It is Sailor Moon.
Excellent. You enjoying it?
I am. I'm really liking it.
Zoe got a t-shirt recently with the evil woman on it.
Oh.
Looking slightly goth.
Oh my god, mood.
Yeah.
I love the art from Sailor Moon so much. I just love Sailor Moon, understandably. And I've also got a She-Hulk comic that I need to start.
Nice.
Because I really liked the She-Hulk TV series.
The last graphic novel I read was Squire.
Ooh, I haven't heard of
It's
that.
pretty good. It was. I didn't realise it when I bought it, but it's the one of the artists or art directors perhaps who works on One More Multiverse. It's their graphic novel.
Oh,
It's
that's
very good.
cool.
It's kind of YA, you know, but
Yeah.
which obviously isn't a bad thing. But like, if that's your vibe, then you should enjoy it. But it's about a kind of like fantasy realm, and there's this girl who's from like a sort of culture that's kind of looked down upon.
Okay.
And like they've been conquered by this empire, and they're kind of like, you know, not being looked after very well as a people.
Right.
But she wants to join basically like this military program to become like a hero. So it's this conflict of like, oh, I want to be like this big brave hero for the empire.
Yeah.
But also the empire kind of like ruined my country and looked down on me and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So she has to like hide her identity and things like that. It's very good though.
Oh,
It's very good.
interesting.
Recommend it. It's good.
Sounds very good. What's it called?
Squire.
Squire. Oh, you did say that. Just straight up forgot.
Yeah. It's very rude of you, really, but
Just needed reminding after all that other information I took in, you know?
so much info going around.
You asked a lot of me right there in that conversation. There's a lot of emotional labour I had to respond.
I've cherished our season of friendship, but I'm just not looking to
It makes me
continue it.
So upset.
It's this weird like brainworm that some people have that like, if I put this in the perfect way, then I can never upset anyone.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
It's not true.
if I have the right language, then they'll come away thinking, oh, no problem. Yeah, what's that? You literally don't want to be my friend anymore? Whatever, bro. All good.
I'm not a confrontational person as it is, but like I just also have got to the point where I'm like, I just don't think you need to like let people know everything. Like
yeah.
Everybody is like a different human being. We all have like different experiences. So like something that I might think is really rude, someone else might just not realize is rude. And like I don't think me being like that was really rude of you is worth it, because it's like I just need to like look at myself and be like, was it fine? Yeah.
And it's about
It's
patterns
fine.
as well. It's not about individual stuff.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
if someone's like, hey, if I had to be to someone like, hey, you're really upsetting people like every day, you know, like, say it was like a player in your RPG group or something, and it was like, look, man, you can't behave like that, like, you know, people are really saying, fair enough. But like, if they do one bad thing or whatever, you know, you don't need to necessarily, we need to have an intervention talk with them or something. If it depends on the severity of the incident, obviously.
It's
like,
true.
you know, if they did something really, really bad, then sure.
I just left my RPG group when it was getting bad, and there was like one person that was like not great, and I was like, it's one of those things where it's like, it wasn't big enough that like I like needed a whole conversation, but I was like, every time I play with you, like I don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
Like you just don't make me feel good. So I was like, I'm just gonna leave the group because I was like, I don't need to be here.
Yeah, sometimes
And
it's
like
better
you
to
do
just bow
sometimes.
out. Yeah.
It can
It do be
that
like that
easy.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It do be like that.
So I could not deal with someone that was super confrontational all the time. I was like, yeah, no, you're so right. Our season friendship has come to an end. That's so true, bestie. I'm so sorry. I should have been so much more considerate of that.
BMD says, I'm currently reading Bad Girls, a noir tale which takes place during the Cuban Revolution in the 50s. Sick.
Interesting.
Stars a diverse cast of women. Might I recommend, if you like sort of like period pieces with strong female characters, Whiteout is really good.
Ooh, okay.
It's like a sort of detective-y novel of this like woman who is investigating a murder in like the North Pole or the South Pole or whatever. So it's like all of the like international research stations. So it's like this really complicated affair because it's like, well, you know, who has jurisdiction and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's so cool.
There's a lot of like, who can I trust and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But also it's like, it's this woman who works there who's just surrounded by all these like horrible toxic men because they're like, we work in the pit and we do the things. Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting though.
Yeah, worth a look.
Sounds great.
And there's some queer elements as well, which is good. Yeah.
You love to hear it.
Can't be turning those down.
Always love to hear it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I read it, but I really enjoyed it when I read it.
Nice. Yeah,
One of those things where someone's like, Wheels, that's actually this has got some really awful elements. It's like, oh cool, well I read it about 15 years ago, so
Yes, yeah. I can never recommend stuff that I really enjoy as a teenager because I'm like, I just don't know what that's like. I have no concept of if that actually is good or if I was just feeling that at the time.
There's so many like comedies from that era where I'd be like, someone would be like, oh, have you watched this thing? Or I'll be like, oh, I really love that film. I'm not going to recommend it because I have no idea what it's like now. But at the time, I thought it was great.
So good, yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
I'm going to do a little bit of a wash on this brush, so prepare for Wheels to get some dirty hand. Oh yeah!
Oh, clean it up!
Cleaning that brush.
We did a lot of that last week.
Yeah, we had great hands.
Yeah.
It's because we also didn't have any real brushes with us as well.
No.
We were just basing with the dry brushes, which wasn't great, but what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do, huh?
What are you going to do, huh? Don't worry about it.
Hey, don't even worry about it. Hey, beats me.
Hey, boss, beats me. Oh! Have you seen the guy on TikTok who does incredible Sopranos impersonations? Have I shown you him?
Maybe. I've definitely seen some videos of people doing really good Sopranos.
One of my absolute favourite TikTokers.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's incredible. He recently read out like one that someone had written about like Paulie Walnuts and Tony Soprano going to Silent Hill, which is just so funny.
I feel like I might have seen that on Twitter. But
Yeah. But have you seen it read out by him? Because that's what really... It's like, he'll go off script because he's like, no, he wouldn't have said it like that.
Yeah.
He's that good, you know?
Oh, my God.
Incredible. For Halloween, he dressed up as Christopher Moltisanti with his neck brace on. It was so funny.
Incredible. I enjoy it. I've never even seen The Sopranos, but I enjoy it.
Do you know what? It's a great show. But it's from the 90s, 2000s, which means that there's just so many elements in it where you're like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And like, I was kind of fine with it throughout most of it, but there's I can't remember what season it is. It's quite near the end, where you could tell either there was like a shift in the writers' room, or they were like, oh, we need to update this from modern era, make it more gritty or whatever. And there's just at the very least one very bad decision that happens to a female character where it's just like,
Oh, God,
cool,
yeah.
all right, sick
Yay.
lads, so glad we did that.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's just very disappointing. And I ended up like bowing out, and I was close to the finish, but it was just kind of like, I can't,
Oh, that's so painful.
Yeah. Because it is a really good show.
Yeah.
Really good show.
It's like Forever Got Me with Twin Peaks, where it was so incredible until one episode, and then it wasn't, and then I stopped watching it and didn't finish. And that wasn't because like anything really bad happened. It's just they were never going to reveal who the killer was, and then the TV execs were like, you have to, and they're like, so they just like decided one, and it's just so like ham-fisted and doesn't make any sense. And it's like, oh, okay, this is terrible now. All like the mystery and intrigue and fun of it is gone. So I've never finished Twin Peaks, but I loved it up until the episode.
I feel like some people just like shouldn't have their hands on mystery stuff where they're just like, oh,
Yes.
but what's the answer? And it's like,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily always the point, mate.
It's
like,
not it. It's the story.
it's like, again, I'll make it spoiler free, but like the ending of Disco Elysium has like a similar thing where it's like,
Right.
you know, people might be like, oh, well, how the hell are we supposed to see that coming? It's like, yeah, but it's not, the answer to the story isn't who done it.
Yeah.
That's like the driving force of the narrative.
Yeah, that's attention.
But it's not like the, you know, it's not the way in which the story has to resolve, you know?
No.
Sometimes the story is about, like, a whodunit. Sometimes the story is about, you know, like, the things that are happening around the whodunit and why, in some respects, the who isn't the important question, for example.
That isn't...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh well.
Oh well. It's
Oh well.
fine. Not everyone gets mysteries, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You don't all have to get mysteries. It's okay. I don't know all. Sponge. My sponge. Then up my sponge with some water.
You really do get like a sort of middle part of this process where it's just like, oh, this looks bad. And then you put the next bit on, you're like, oh,
okay,
okay,
cool.
that's fine. Yeah.
Why are you even worried about it? It's fine. Don't even worry about it.
Pata Draconis says, hello, beautiful people. So I guess we can expect more miniature action soon. Well, not even that. We're getting back to painting, you know?
Just love painting.
We had a real lull in painting.
Yeah.
And we're coming back with a vengeance.
We love it.
So if you like painting streams, forget about it.
Yeah.
I think part of it was because, as I'm sure she won't mind me saying, you know, Liv's not the best, biggest fan of miniature painting. Which, you know, when it was just me and her, it makes it a little bit trickier to do, you know. But now Maddie's in.
Yeah, and I love paint miniatures. She's here, she's bad at it, and you can't stop her.
That's not true.
Yeah. Yeah, I love miniature painting because it is... I'm not fantastic at... I'm not good at drawing anything, so I have to try and get all my creative art from, like, everything adjacent to that.
Yeah, that's
So I
fair.
like forgiving processes. Like, paint, you can just paint over it.
Yeah.
And that's so satisfying to me. I love it.
The thing is, though, like, you know, some mediums require the creation of other mediums. Doesn't mean that just because you don't do every step of that process that you're not doing something important. Like,
I love colouring.
I do photography, right?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't compose the trees that I'm taking a photo of or whatever. You know, it's just part of the thing online.
It's just a way of looking at the things.
If someone makes a very beautiful architecture and I take a photo of it, then we both got what we wanted.
Yeah.
You know?
That's lovely. It's all
It's
good.
not
It's
like,
alright, mate.
oh, but you wish you were an architect because you take photos of architecture. It's like, well, no.
Actually, no.
No, I just like taking photos of
I
architecture.
just
You know?
like appreciating things, you know.
So there you go.
There we go. Oh, God. It's not going wrong.
David Gillum says, are we talking about Buffy? And then someone said, no, we're talking about this. It's like, oh, well, the way you were describing later seasons sounded like Buffy. I was like, mate, unfortunately, it's a lot of a lot of shows.
Yeah.
You can go, oh yeah, I really liked it until they made this really horrible, problematic decision. Or this person came out to be an absolute garbage pile.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm sure people are recently familiar with as well.
Yeah. Especially for Buffy. Oof.
Oofa doofa.
People just, like, let us enjoy things. People just stop being terrible. Please, let's all be nice to each other and be friendly.
You know what wilds me out about terrible people?
Uh-huh.
It would be so easy for no one to find out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do they keep getting outed? Like, are you that invested in being awful
Yeah.
that you also had to get yourself caught, you know?
I also
Wild.
think I'm like, you got so much going for you. Like, can you not just be happy with what you got? You really got to go out and be a dick about it as well.
Yeah, literally.
I'm trying to, like, dry my brush off a little bit.
Wild. It's like sometimes I'm like, wow, man, I should be more terrible because I'd be good at it, you know? People wouldn't even know.
Yeah, you guys don't know what Wheels is like.
I've got her at gunpoint as we speak.
I'm always held like, I'm like, yes, I love miniature painting. It's so much.
Tune in for our TikTok trailer that we've got.
If you want to see me happy at work,
But
tune
also
in.
at gunpoint.
Tune in to our TikTok trailer where I don't cry at all. And no one cries. Liv doesn't cry. I don't cry.
Alex Simkin, we could be talking about anyone in Hollywood, honestly.
Yeah.
but That is probably the most recent example, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring his name up on the stream.
Boo.
You don't deserve it.
You don't deserve it. You don't deserve our attention.
You don't deserve our love. I'm having enrichment time in my
Enclosure.
enclosure.
This is we are in our enclosure right now.
Literally.
Enrichment time.
If you want to know what enrichment time in your enclosure looks like, you're looking at it, buddy.
Look at it. I'm just name all of our streams that from now on. No, it's too much paint. No, my mini's falling apart.
What?
It's like loose.
Oh no, it's just not glued in the
Oh.
middle. That's all. It's
Okay.
because it's modular,
Ah,
so you can
I
put them.
see.
But you know, it's easier to paint when it's in an L rather than a flat block.
Yikes.
Know what I mean?
I know what you mean, yeah. Definitely in the bad stage of trust the process. Definitely in the I don't feel so Gucci right now about
I'm
this.
not feeling too good, Mr. Stark, or whatever.
I feel so Gucci, Mr. Stark.
That wasn't very cash money. Paint.
This isn't very cash money in me right now.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. That's the one.
Yes, and then the meme is, I don't feel so Gucci, Mr. Stark. We're all accurate.
That's a new one for me, so I'm just enjoying it for the first time over here.
Yeah, that was a whole thing, whatever that year was.
Yeah,
Whenever year Endgame came out was the same time.
we had a oh, hold on. Liv says if you want to eventually see the TikTok trailer that we have collectively dubbed the Feral trailer, we're joined Dicebreaker over there. Thank you, Liv. But speaking of Liv, we had like a fake argument where I was pretending that Liv was a normie.
Oh yeah, why was that even what?
I can't remember.
I
But
can't
it was
remember
funny.
why.
I was like, "Oh, you like Markiplier?"
I think it's because we were calling you a horse girl. Cause Liv has accidentally bought a mouse mat that has galloping horses on it. It's so funny. So you're saying that Liv was a horse girl, we've decided now.
Yeah, Liv's a horse girl, just in case anyone's wondering. But Liv's a horse girl. Me and has watched every single Carry On film.
Yeah.
The list goes on. I'm cancelled.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we were having that joke argument.
Yeah.
And then Maddie rebutted me by saying, just because she doesn't watch hour-long videos of all the times that there was a Brony, like, controversy being hosted by a girl in clown makeup like we do, Wheels.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That
Yeah.
tickled me.
That was good.
That was a fun one.
It was a great video.
It's a good video. Izzy. Izzy's.
Easy if you want some brony content. If you two
Or just
like
any kind of, like, cursed internet content.
Yeah.
You know, she's sort of like an
Oh, it's
internet
also
historian.
good.
She's very good.
I was watching all of her Littlest Pet Shop ones the other day.
Yeah,
I watched all the Monster High ones.
it's very good stuff.
All good. All so good.
But there you go. Liv says, what they don't understand is I consume everything. Normally bad, good, everything. Yeah, no, the other running joke is that Liv will just consume media. It doesn't matter about the quality.
I mean, yeah, I watched the Brony videos, but like, when I first started, I was in here with my Love Island water bottle, and Liv was like, I know that. And I was like, yes. Love it. Although Love Island has lost its charm, so.
Yeah, well, now you've transitioned to the Dicebreaker water bottle, so.
I have, yeah.
That just goes to show how bad it's gotten.
Wow.
That you'd rather have a Dicebreaker one.
My Dicebreaker one is actually a lovely water bottle. It's a much better water bottle.
It's very
so.
good. It's available now on Dicebreaker merch store. I
right.
assume. I don't know. That's
If
not
it's
our job.
Yeah, I don't know. But you can check out the merch store. See,
Good
there's
merch.
some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
I love my merch. My hoodie, so comfortable. My favourite is now replaced my game hoodie.
Yeah.
From when I worked at Game.
You used to work a game.
Yeah, I did.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's nice.
Okay, so trying to get a colour match. So this is the original one, I think.
And I stole the hoodie. Do you not want to take it with you?
It looks
Ooh,
they're about the same, aren't they?
you're looking great.
Wait, I can't remember which one's the original now. Oh god! Ah! Don't look!
Don't look! Everyone just look away for a minute.
No, wait,
off
this is the one I've
stream.
been painting, because that's smaller. Yeah, and this one came out a little bit greyer. Okay. Well, a bit lighter, sorry. Also, shout out to the person who saw the Warhammer Darktide key that I was keeping on my document that I accidentally flashed during our Goose Goose Duck stream. Enjoy the key.
Yes, I tried to activate it and it didn't work.
We're now going to have to try and find a new one for that Let's Play with Eurogamer, so thanks for that.
That's so sad.
Oh well.
It's okay, that's fine. We're just trying to do our jobs, but okay. You don't want us to have fun.
Why do you hate us?
Like, it's fine. Like, I don't know why you hate us. Our season of friendship has come to an end.
Oh god.
What you did was evil and wrong, but it's fine.
There we go. Another piece.
That looks incredible.
It looks better on camera than it does in real life, which
Ooh.
big fan of that.
That
Yeah.
happens a lot.
That's stone, baby.
That is stone. No one can come in here and say that's not stone.
You're gonna come here on
Really?
the day of my daughter's wedding and tell me that's not stone? I don't think so.
I think my daughter is due to be married.
Titan Uranus, that is the plan. But we haven't got that quite yet.
Need the key.
Aiden Folk says, haven't they just postponed the Xbox version of that because it's broken? I think, yeah, it's pretty buggy. I don't know if it's like... I know they made a statement recently where they're like, oh, we're going to sort it out before we put any more stuff out for it. But...
Okay.
It happens. It's video games, man.
Yeah.
I used to work in
hard.
video games. It ain't easy. It ain't easy being
imagine.
green, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Right. Now... Oh, there's only 5 minutes left, okay. So how many pieces of terrain did we do? 2.5.
Yeah. I'm getting there.
Yeah, that's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Carry on, because we still got 5 minutes.
Okay,
but
I'm going.
So we might be able to get 3 pieces done. And that,
Okay.
if you think about it, that's a city, right?
That is.
Okay,
You
I'm
can't tell
gonna...
me that's not a city. I mean, you
You're
can't.
gonna come in here on the day of my daughter's wedding and tell me that's
Tell
not
me
a
the
city.
day. My daughter's wedding. The day my daughter is due to be married in this city, and you tell me the city's not done.
Maddie,
Oh yeah, look at this.
you're in.
I'm in.
You're now the focus.
Check me out. My glasses are too
You
big.
can see the little stars on your jumper.
And there's a little heart.
And then an up. There you go.
Just doing things wrong, don't worry. It's fine.
Animus Deus, I think, was supposed to say, just challenge them to wipe out. Accidentally said, just challenge them to whip out, which I think would get demonetized pretty quickly. But I'm sure Ian would be up for it. Ian, if you're watching,
Someone
please
at
retain
him
it
in the
inside
chat.
the jorts, please. Thank you. Oh god.
I'll never do Wipeout again. I'm going on record to say that.
I almost broke my neck at Wipeout.
The very first thing we did, the very first wheel round, I got wiped out and I thought my back was broken, but it was the beginning of the video, so I just had to get up and pretend I wasn't in pain and carry on.
I will say
It was
that's
so hard.
that is the funniest video I've ever edited. I will say that. I was pissing myself doing that edit.
I'm so glad people enjoyed it. 'Cause I was like, is this that funny just because I know us and it's funny watching you get or is it funny? Is it funny because it is funny? And it's just funny.
It is just funny. It's a great video. If you haven't watched that Wipeout video, give it a go. But look, does Wipeout have much to do with board games? No, not really. But are we willing to put ourselves in physical peril for your entertainment?
Look,
Absolutely, 100%.
When I email people about who Dicebreaker is, I've started adding we do fun immersive experiences because we do.
Yeah, we do immersive experiences because that includes things like LARPs,
Yeah,
escape rooms.
I think it's all in like one umbrella, like RPGs and stuff. That's just like the extension of RPGs.
Yeah.
Is doing fun experiences.
Adam Steyer says, but Maddie, the rings. I'm just gonna say.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna say.
Okay.
That like I'm pretty sure Aoife's maternity leave is coming towards the end.
Okay.
Which means that when she eventually returns, if we challenged Eurogamer to Wipeout, she would annihilate us. She's like
actually fit.
She's like a gym girly. She's like. Have you seen that picture of her holding the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII?
No.
She's swole as hell.
Oh.
And also, she's got them long limbs like you have. So she would absolutely smash the rings, I think. I think we'd be screwed. I think we'd be completely screwed.
So once again, I'm happy with my title of beating the record, and I don't want to test
First
that again.
ever.
First ever. Joey Essex was
Can't take that away
press
from us.
day, and I was the first one.
As was some TikTokers whose entire personality was that they had abs.
Yeah.
Who just took pictures of them
and
sat
another
on
TikToker
it.
that turned up in jeans and a sweater vest, which I was like, that's an interesting outfit for this.
I mean, at least they didn't have a chocolate milk.
Well, I got the record thanks to my protein-infused chocolate milk from M&S that made me feel so sick I drunk it.
Oh,
That's what you
God.
would call a panic lunch.
I love that you were like, I need energy, quick. Chocolate milk. Put it in me.
It's not like I never normally drink chocolate milk either. So it's not like that was on brand for me. I just was like, what do I buy? And I just bought and drunk an entire chocolate milk before we did it.
Oh, God.
Feeling rough.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, we need more. If anyone knows of any fun experiences you think we should do, please let us know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Tell us to go there.
Shout it out to us.
Because
Liv
it's
says,
clear there's nothing we won't do.
Liv says in their defence it was a rough 2 days for the whole team and I didn't make it LeMayo. Oh, God. Oh. It's true.
So true, bestie.
BMD Nerd says, when are we getting that 24-hour live stream with a new board game every hour for the charity of Itchy Scalps? I mean, let's just take it a step at a time, I think is what we should do,
I've
you
already
know?
got some white.
Yeah, you can put some more on if you want. It's up to you, mate.
Oh, come on in
Up to
and
you,
get some
bestie.
white.
Up to you, bestie.
It's up to me.
But yeah. Adam Mustair says Aoife would have to pair with Ian, which is a fair shout, but then Maddie has to pair with me. So, you know. Although I feel like we had an even split.
Yeah, there was some that you were good at, there was some that I was good at. It wasn't
Yeah.
like I bossed it all by any means at all.
I was about a centimetre away from having like castration on camera when we did the sucker punch thing. That was...
So many good
That
parts
was
of that
dangerous.
video.
and also an inch away from having my neck shatter. Which,
I didn't realise how bad it was until I watched the footage and I was like, you shouldn't have looked like that. I was so
the
stressed.
slow motion replay is damning. It's like, oh, Wheels is dead.
Oh, Will's still alive?
Oh my
interesting.
God.
He shouldn't be.
So yeah, what a video. Check
What a
that
video.
out. Check that out if you can. Oh,
How are we looking for time? I'm
goodness
just...
gracious. It's 5 o'clock, man.
It's 5 o'clock,
5 o'clock,
alright.
on the dot.
I think we'll have to call it there.
You think you're almost done? You want to quickly
Yeah.
shove out the door?
God. Put some white on there. I've started putting white on now, so I just have it on like...
Yeah. Do you want me to like double team it?
Okay, get in here.
I'm coming.
Wheels get in here.
We're gonna do it, chat.
Look, it's 5 PM, get in here. Oh, we're out of white, that's why.
Friends who dry brush together stay together.
So true. So true. Give me some light.
There you go. There's some.
Sweet. I'll take that.
Okay.
Alright, let's just call it there.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Let's see your final
Here we go.
rendition here. Oh, it's looking good, Maddie. It's looking good.
Some terrain.
And then
Even
for the
dust
final
stone.
image,
Let's
here's what
build
we're
our
gonna
city.
do. Let's build our little city.
Okay, look at that.
Now look, all we have to do is, the chat have pointed out, all we have to do is call this a cathedral. And that right there, that's a city.
Oh my god, that's so true.
Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba 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 bum. Look at that!
Look at it.
We've got
That is a city.
the aqualith,
The
some walls, and a couple of based
Couple of
walls
base
as
bits.
well.
the base bit.
These bits are based.
Basey bit.
Tell me that's not a city.
Yeah.
No, feel free to, because it's not. But like,
So,
you know,
you add a couple of like little bits in there. You
Yeah.
add some trees.
put some people in that city.
I feel good about that.
Looking
I'm
good, man.
satisfied.
Looking good. I'm gonna put my arm here so you can see the whole thing because it's blending in with the background. That's a lot of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's a hub. The Firelink Shrine, says Animus Deus. Exactly.
Look.
The Waterlink Shrine, if you will.
That's battle.
BattleBots.
That's battle ready.
That's battle ready
So-
terrain. So thank you very much for watching. We will see you on the next live stream. But please do join us tomorrow for the first episode of Storybreakers after the break. If you have not watched any Storybreakers yet, oh my god, get on it. It's the best
Yeah.
show on YouTube.
It is so
It's the
good.
best show on
This
YouTube.
is your chance to catch up very quickly before it all starts coming out again. So
Just throwing it out there.
get on it.
If you know Zach, who's the new producer for Oxventure,
Yeah.
we went on PAX EU trip with him. He was joining us, and he was talking about all the cool things that they're doing over on Oxventure. And I said, "Wow, it's amazing. It must be really frustrating to know that you're still not the best D&D actual play show on YouTube because obviously that's Storybreakers."
Because everyone knows the Storybreakers. Yeah.
And he took it pretty well. So
Which is a testament to how good it is.
exactly, or how nice Zach is. So please head on over to the homepage, youtube.com/Dicebreaker, and have a watch the Storybreakers because oh my god, it's fantastic. But if you're already watching, then join us tomorrow for the next one. It's gonna be a pretty big deal. We will see you tomorrow on Saturday. We've got a new video out as well, so join us for that.
Check it
But
out.
until then, thanks very much for watching and have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Bye.